This motherfucker Brez just made $300,000 in a day at least. This is minimum now on the books. I'm sure you've seen, everybody's seen you've seen all the ads, you've seen all the promotion to this 3-day series, and I'm going to break down the whole thing because this is insane. And that's not even accounting for the back end upsells in which he made almost $250,000, or he's going to make almost $250,000 from this launch, just from the 1 day of selling, which is 300K. And then in those people, there's definitely going to be upsells. And this is what's considered a flop, which is crazy, a flop launch. Like, he was supposed to do even more. But I know for a fact, minimum 300,000 in a day. I'm going to walk you through the viewer to customer pipeline. So how he got a fuck ton of traffic, how he generated interested leads, how he converted them into paying customers / leads. He converted these people into paying leads. And then his upsell chain, which will generate him almost $250,000. He will generate for sure. I'm just doing bare minimum numbers with this. 225K at least. I'm going to break down the key moments in each episode, to the psychology, to the copywriting, to the scripting, to the imagery, the 3 major points of selling he did through these episodes. I'm going to break down his whole sales process. So yeah, I'm going to walk you guys through everything because this is a very educational video and you can take a lot of notes from Brez and his launch. I think his team is filled with killers. They run a nice tight ship and I think they did pretty well, even though there was some hiccups in there. I'm going to show you how he handled the hiccups. So there was some negative propaganda about this launch. He turned this shit into positive propaganda. This guy is fucking... Their team is running really nice. I want to show you guys everything. So let's just get straight to the laptop. Now I got my hoodie on. I'm a different beast. I'm going to start. It's time to scheme. Once I got the hoodie on, I got the wrist on. You get it. Anyways, so obviously he hyped this up to get signups for this 3-day episode special. He did this through story sequences, content. He did it through ads. There's multiple ways. Brez runs a big ecosystem, content ecosystem. With the story sequences, let's just start with that. Obviously, you want to do story sequences when you're running a coaching offer, a coaching business, a consulting business. This is how you get interested people through a nice hook. Story proof. You want to show proof. You want to bring a story in, get them hooked in with the story, and more proof, undeniable proof, CTA. Retargeting ads. So our ads are very simple with him. He did a lot of static ads. He did a lot of video ads. He already runs a big tight ship. A lot of retargeting ads are pretty simple. So all he needs is a hook and a proof and a CTA, right? And then his content. This is easy promo because he is living proof of his systems, right? He's living proof of his systems. He fucking shows off the lifestyle that this brings, right? There are some so he's very top of funnel. Top of funnel is a big ass megaphone just made to go viral. So he flexes. He's living proof. He shows off the lifestyle. There are some bottom of funnel, middle of funnel content, which is the student interviews, but mainly this is just a big megaphone and it's long form. So you're going to be watching. But this is just to get his name and likeness and funnel them into their business channel, which is ROAS Brez. And that's for a different topic for his different funnels that he runs. When he's running a book to call funnel, he cooks them with that Res channel, that ROAS Brez channel. But in this case, he was funneling everybody to this 3-part series. So he changed every link in his description to sign up for the 3-part series. IG, TikTok, YouTube, everything to the sign up page. So basically it creates this how is he living my dream life effect with his content, right? Funneling everything to a sign up. Everybody's getting led to a sign up page with reminders, SMS, email, and reminders from all his socials when he does these story sequences. So this is a reminder in and of itself. So he's just funneling everybody to a sign up page. Now, let's just get straight to these 3 episodes because there's a lot of shit to fucking break down in these 3 episodes. I'm going to go through the psychology, the imagery, everything like I said. I'm going to bring you straight to episode 1. This is fucking nasty. There's 3 points of sale. I want you guys to catch it. I'll tell you guys anyways, but there's 3 points of sale in these episodes. He's basically running a webinar. This is a big webinar funnel, but more cinematic. He has a bigger audience. He can do more cinematic shit, but let's go straight to the episode 1. This is the moment I quit my job and went all in on my own. Episode 1, 136K views. This guy's going fucking insane. Anyways, he brings the viewer to ground zero hometown. Right, so he levels the viewer. A lot of this episode, he's leveling himself with the viewer. He knows his viewers to the T now. So he 1,000,000% chance, 1,000,000%. He has a document filled with the ICP, right? The ideal customer profile. He knows the viewer more than they know him. He knows the viewer like the back of his hand, right? He has a list inside this document, the promise, their biggest problems, the customer rite of passage, what they've been through, the biggest desires, the bridge to that desire, his vehicle, which is freelance brand scaling, everything. He knows the viewer to a fucking T. His ideal customer profile, and that's why it made this whole 3-episode thing really good. And if you want to implement something like this, I do this with all my clients, where I help coaching and business owners scale to $30,000 to $50,000 per month. I can do this for you as well. First link in the description. Shameless plug. But so he's mass market to younger people who are probably brain rotting on TikTok, playing Fortnite, and he brings them to they're sitting, they're laying down in bed. Life is all about making hard decisions, and if I didn't make that decision, I'd still be in my bedroom playing Fortnite. So the big thing, this whole thing is talking about the one decision, right? This is the one decision. That's the whole big event. It's called One Decision. He does it again with imagery, the gaming chair, laying down on his bed, rotting it up. He brings them down right here to the classroom. Total disinterest in the class, scrolling underneath the desk. He doesn't give a fuck about what's going on in class. And then he does it here again. I don't even have to explain what's going on here. You get it. All right. You get it. And then he does it right here. He shows his viewers beginnings, the family, baby photos. It's a very humanizing effect. He's just like the viewer. He was just like the viewer. He's human with the family. And it's a very wholesome moment, right? It gets you to connect with him. More of this, right? He's a good dude, right? He takes care of the people around him, family centered. And he's made his parents proud in a road of uncertainty. This is a big pain point. A lot of his viewers don't believe or don't want to go in this regular route of the college, 9-to-5, pipeline, whatever it is. And a lot of people around them, friends, family, do not believe in them. He made his parents proud in a road of uncertainty. And then he gets to the most emotional part. This is the most important part of the episode, in my opinion. This is a big sequence because anybody starting an online business, they have been at this point. His mom hands him his journal that he started when he was first getting into business. And this is the viewer's rite of passage, right? This is a very emotional part inside of the story. He says, I wrote down my net worth, which was $2,000. I started learning crypto more in depth. This is a journal entry. Just no liquid to fund them. I'm broke, but I'm going to make it. This is a fucking insane part of the whole 3-day series. This is one of the most important parts. Like I said, his mom gives him his old journal where he recorded the absolute start of his journey. This really humanizes him and levels him with the viewer because this shows that this is exactly where they are. He was just like them. Then he goes back to, he's the viewer again, playing Fortnite, rotting it up. I guess he's cracked, right? He's cracked at Fortnite, right? They grew up here, got jobs, and raised a family here. He's talking about this normal life where somebody just stays, grows up in their hometown, never gets to see the world. The normal life / rite of passage he craved, just like the viewer, to run away from. His first success, leading him to the epiphany with freelance brand scaling, which is his unique mechanism, right? And using his skill of meta ads for other business owners, which was clothing brand owners for this. This was his first success. I think he said he did it like 200K with this. You know, I was stressed, but I always knew. So this is a little POV of running his first business as a clothing brand owner and the stress he brought to him, or the stress it brought to him. He always knew he was meant for a better life. This is what viewers think. Running a business operation, it gave him alignment. It's not that they don't want stress. It's just that they would want to be aligned in a business, a big operation, and they want this type of stress, this level of stress. He puts the viewer in his shoes. He was confused. He was craving alignment. But now he's a busy entrepreneur. He's showing the lifestyle. So he finally got a taste of it. Then he goes back to this. It's a reflection time. He talks about his life. He's like, yo, it's crazy how far I've came through all that adversity. Now I'm living a life and experiences some people go their whole lifetime without experiencing. Then he goes back to the viewer POV, leaving a cliffhanger to the next episode. So let's get to episode 2, the viewer's rite of passage, right? So he brings the viewer to a new place, to Arizona. This is where he talks about his ascension after making hard decisions, trials and tribulations, even now that he's made it through the other side. And he brings the viewer to the rite of passage, right? So now he's locking himself in a room, figuring out how will he make it happen. This is what the viewer is doing at this very moment, watching these 3-part series. They're trying to make something happen in their life. right? So he brings them to this rite of passage. It's a subtle jab at his competitors, but it's fucking genius, right? So he gets a whiteboard and he's crossing out all the other competing business models, right? Drop shipping, crypto, day trading. This is the viewer's rite of passage. They tried all this shit. So he tried drop shipping, it didn't work. He tried crypto, it didn't work. He tried trading, it didn't work. Freelance brand scaling is the way. He's subtly selling his mechanism and subtly jabbing at the competitors in his space, right? He brings them to a big pivotal moment in his career. I'm pretty sure you guys know the Ventador crash, right? So he brings them to the trials and tribulations in the past and now. This is an objection handle in and of itself. He's like, yo, I got scammed, right? This is a very emotional part. He's talking about trials and tribulations. He's like, yeah, man, I got scammed. He's been scammed before. A lot of his viewers probably bought a shitty coaching program before. Through that, he kept going and kept seeking the right vehicle because he knew something would work. Stating the obvious bad stigma, of course, is online, but subtly handling the objection. He also talks about the Aventador crash, reflecting on a sad moment recently, also subtly flexing, right? This is viewers, the viewers wish they had these problems, right? Who gets to crash an Aventador that they own? Not a lot of people. This is big. This is more money, more problems. This is good problems, right? So it's a subtle flex, but as well a reflection. Then he brings them to a little monologue. A lot of you guys are right there. You're so close to achieving the life you want. They're right there. The life they want is on the other side of one big decision. Then he brings them to this part. This is a pretty funny part. Like, he's at his job talking to his friend. He's like, bro, just put the fries in the bag. This is subtly powerful. They play it off in a joke, but this is what the viewer's going through. Now they decided to lock in. So they're figuring out business and they're telling their friends and family, but nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares, right? This guy's like, oh, that's pretty cool. I just want my food, bro. This is what a lot of the viewers are going through. A lot of their friends, their family, they don't believe in them. Like I said, this is a road of uncertainty. They're like, bro, they don't care, right? And then he cliffhangers to the next episode where I expose how I made all the money. This is the most important episode. This is where he's doing all the selling. So let's go straight to the third episode. The only decision that made me a millionaire at 20, right? So he says, fuck what everyone else is saying. Listen to what my inner voice kept screaming at me. This is a big thing that the viewer is going through. This 9 to 5, this, pipeline from school to 9 to 5, whatever it is. And he's like, bro, I want something different. I want something bigger. I know this can't get me to this bigger lifestyle, which he's living now. There's something. And this is just a sit down video. This is a sit down video where he's just chopping it up. So it's more intimate. He's sitting there chopping it up. We're in the chrome. He's swagged out. But yeah, so he's like, being uncomfortable for a few months and it set me up for an entire life. The lock-in season set me up for an entire life. He's like, yo, I showed everything in the last 2 episodes for one reason. I was just like you. That's why I put so much emphasis on this one decision, because it changed my life, basically. That's what he's trying to say. Now, what I'm going to talk about is what stops 99% of everybody coming through this. So he starts value stacking. This is a value stack. He talks about phase 1, which is mindset mastery. I kept this old mindset, regular life, 9 to 5. If I did this and if I went here, I'd probably still work at a golf course, minimum wage, or settle for a good salary, which is 4 to 6K, no room for growth, right? Then he brings them to, he starts talking about his competitors, why they don't work, why this part, why he was crossing it out, why he's better, why freelance brand scaling is the way. He shits on drop shipping. He's like, yo, there's too much skills. You're a jack of all trades, master of one. There's a lot of confusion. Freelance brand scaling is the way because it's one skill that you can get really cracked at and you can sell to business owners. Selling his mechanism. He talks about day trading, crypto. It's gambling. It's not a real skill. Then he goes hard on how his vehicle is the best. He value stacks again. And then he starts listing out, he value stacks, right? He's like phase 2, phase 3, cycle 2, which is teaching the skill set, and then what they get. Then he talks about once you buy this package, he doesn't pitch yet, but he says once you buy this package, you're also going to get a free one-to-one onboarding call with a coach. This is a very, very pivotal part. This is where he's going to upsell. This is where he's going to make his 2x return. So this is a really good part of his funnel. This is a closer who will give you value, a quick action step, and then upsell you on the higher ticket programs. And then he starts going into pitch, right? So he pitches the 997. I won't keep this offer for long. This creates urgency. Live group calls as well. You're going to get for the first 500 people. So he's incentivizing the quick action takers, and then he does more testimonials. He flooded this whole episode with testimonials, really good. But once he pitches, there's a big thing that happens, right? There is a fat thing, a really big thing that happens. He gets negative propaganda, right? But also, let me show you this sales page real quick. Little headline: get started, learn the truth, how you can do the same. A little value stack, 20K. This is worth 6K. This is worth 4K. But I'm going to give you this for $997. And then he does an FAQ, right? But he got a lot of negative propaganda. This is a big pivotal moment inside the pitch, inside the live chat. The live chat was going fucking insane. It was like, I thought this was going to be a shit show. But at pitch, you know, you're seeing brez, we're the method, scammer, F you, etc. Right? You see the comments. I'll show you. So you're telling me I just wasted my time and missed school for this just to be brought up as $1,000? You're a waste of time, bro. If you buy this, you're the method. Hell no, dude. I ain't buying this shit. You know, you get it. But how did he handle this? Right? There were some good, but it was mostly bad. How did he handle this? He hopped on a live stream. He went live 2 hours after to face the people he just pitched. And, you know, they probably didn't take it well. And he handled every single objection. This also showed, yo, this is a real person. This is a real person. I can chat. He was chopping it up with people. He was flooding it with more testimonials. Why he priced it this way. More selling, more objection handles, more frequently asked questions. And this did pretty well. This changed a lot of the chat. A lot of this highlight is good propaganda. Yo, you should do something like this next year. Brez, can I do this? I'm only 14. Explain this to my dad. That's how crazy it is. I don't have the money. Explain this to my dad. He will get you the money. He said, will it be available in 14 hours? Somebody's saying, yo, can I pay installment? Can I pay installment? This is good propaganda. Good propaganda. This is fucking good. He literally handled every objection in here and sold again. Right, sales page again. And from this is how he made $300,000 in a day. But like I said, there's more to this shit. Let's get to the fucking money of the funnel. Let's get to the real bread. How he's gonna make 2x of this first day. You know, he did 300K. He's gonna make another $250,000 off of this. This is where the money's made. High ticket services. It's fucking nasty, right? So let's get to the money. Let's get to the sales funnel. So now that he just pitched, he made 300K. This is 997, so there's around 300 plus people of paid leads. Basically, he built a book of paid leads. And what this does, right? Once somebody breaks their wallet, they're more susceptible to buying more products, right? So if the product is good as well, it's going to turn into an ecosystem of buyers. Somebody might not buy an upsell day one, month one, but month two, because the value was so good, I'm going to come back for more. They're going to upsell. He built a book of paid leads, right? This is fucking nasty. So he funneled everybody to these sales pages. This is where he made his 300K day one, right? He ran retargeting ads. This was a kind of a different funnel, right? And I'll show you. Headline: introducing the Scale 2.0 system that has helped dozens sign paying freelance brand scaling clients. Step-by-step blueprint. Then he ran a VSL, right? This is a video sales letter. And in this, basically is retargeting. So he's like, yo, if you're watching this, you probably missed the 3-day event. This VSL is very pivotal to somebody who's not seen the 3-day event. But what it is, it's a video sales letter. So it's calling out the pain points of the viewer. It points out the desires. It makes the creator relate to the viewer, right? Their own struggles to achieve the effect, to achieve the success. It shows a self-testimonial, creating authority, shows this unique mechanism, shows student case studies, more proof, objection handling, and then the offer, the unique mechanism, the vehicle, freelance brand scaling. This is what directly solves the problem. I also create video sales letters. I create book to call funnels for my clients. I do this all the time. If you need help implementing something like this, you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're a content creator looking to make or scale your offer to $30,000 to $50,000 per month, first link in the description. I do this as well. So he goes back to the sales page. Yo, you're watching it happen daily. It's time for you to actually play the game. The harsh reality, it's a little monologue. Take action. Value stack again. What the rite of passage or what the customer journey looks like. day 1 to 30, day 31 to 60, and then day 61 to 90. Because he says, I seen in 90 days, usually people get results, right? More value stack, buy now again, value stack again. The one-to-one onboarding call, which is going to come clutch later. 2,000 value, but you're getting it for all 997, right? Get access now again, value stack 997, value stack 997, and then frequently asked questions. So now that he's done this, now that he's made $300,000 in a day, he just created a book of paying leads, right? Everybody books a one-to-one onboarding / coaching call. And like I said, this is a closer. This is a salesman who's going to give you the quick line of action, who's going to give you value, but as well, he's going to transition to pitch, where he makes money off the back end, which is an extra $5,000 to $10,000 in higher ticket packages, right? They book a call. Setter hits them up to qualify within 2 hours max. It's usually from 5 to 15 minutes, but 2 hours max. If lead isn't qualified, they either get a bonus content or they just get value from the call. And then after every booking, he makes sure the leads watch pre-call assets, maybe a VSL, pre-call assets, cater to the high ticket offer. And then what it looks like, the call is booked. Pre-call asset is sent in a WhatsApp group chat between the setter and the client, right? This is a more warm touch point. Then a group chat is created with the closer / coach. Then manual reminders through WhatsApp, very warm touch point. And then the call. And then this is the cash collected on the higher ticket services. This is the cash collected on higher ticket offer, right? If they don't show up, they just follow up for a rebook. I think it's a week of follow-ups for a rebook. And if they don't close, that means he just keeps the lead warm with more exclusive bonus content for the high ticket offer and then more testimonials. And with this, I'll just do the math. So this is 300 customers, and I'm doing very, very shy numbers. I'm lowballing all these numbers, right? So there's 300 customers right here times only 30% upsell. Let's say 30% upsell, and his lowest package is what, 5K? This is 90 people. If you have a healthy average order value, which is 50% or higher, that's 2,500 of 5K. So times 2,500, that's an extra $225,000 on top of the 300K. Now, obviously, this is lowballing. This is lowballing everything. This is how he's making a lot of bread. And this was, honestly, it was a really cool thing to see. This is what the 3 episodes were for. And the 3 selling points as well, which were he was selling himself, he was selling the viewer on they can do it, and then he was selling the mechanism, which is freelance brand scaling. Yo, this is me. I did it. I was just like you. Yo, you can do it too. You just have to turn into the person that can do it, right? This is a reality for you. And then, yo, this is how you get to do it. This is the vehicle, which is freelance brand scaling. With this, he did 300K in a fucking day. And on top of that, he's going to make an extra $250,000 off of this shit. Basically, this is like 500K plus launch with a 3-day part series. And this is nasty. And this is how Brez made 300 to 500K in a day. And if you want me to implement systems like this for your business, if you're a content creator, coach, or consultant that wants to scale their business to 30 to 50,000, even 100K months, first link in the description, where I implement similar systems like webinars, book to call funnels inside your offer, scaling your offer, right? First link in the description. This is Brez. This is how he did it. This is fucking nasty. His team, shout out to his team. Shout out to Brez. Brez exposed. Brez exposed. Oh my God. I'm low-key stemmed out. But if you want more content, hit me up. Hit me up in my DMs. If you just want to chop it up, hit my DM. I don't care. I fuck with you for watching my shit. More content on the way. Love ya.